Hello everyone, welcome back to chess. We're playing 1510 as white against T-Rex 1000. Reminiscent of the T-1000 from Terminator, maybe? I don't know. Cute name anyway. What is this? I've never seen this before. I never seen nothing like this. I don't know. It's probably a quote from some movie, although who knows what. Um, I could challenge the center a bit. Like, it's not like they're going to sack their queen to win this pawn, so I think I would be okay. And if they don't capture, then I can capture and get tempo against the queen, so this seems good. I think they should capture here. Maybe I should have brought out my own queen? No, I would just... I don't know. Maybe I could have. Queen here attacking this? Yeah, they wouldn't want to trade. I would get some tempo from that. I think that was a mistake. I just kind of automatically did something that seemed sort of reasonable, but on reflection, I don't like it. Let's get the bishop out. Prepare to castle. Which puts a rook opposite the queen, which is sort of nice. I don't see any weird... No, there is a weird tactic. My knight is hanging. It's not even a weird tactic. It's just normal. That's how tactics work. I could defend it with a pawn, but I'd rather, like... Well, I probably want the knight here. So I could put the bishop here, then have a discovered attack possibility with the knight. I guess that would be okay. Okay, now that's protected against. I really want to get castled. I think I have to put a bishop, like... Well, here should be okay. The pawn's protecting this, and this push isn't working. I don't know, maybe it's too aggressive. Queen here wouldn't really have come with tempo against queen. They could have just traded to maintain tempo, I guess. Still, I'm much more developed than the opponent. Well, not much more. They have better attacks. Right? This is occupying some of my resources to deal with. But I think once I castle, it'll be fine. Yeah, knight here is pretty nice to support this pawn. We'll just castle. Then maybe something like this soon? Really? Oh, I guess this doesn't really work. It attacks the rook, but they can just push the pawn. It's defended by the knight. I think I'd be happy enough to tuck the bishop in over here, so back up. If they really want to go ham, I can back up more. They're getting a lot of space on the queen side this way, but it's a kind of awkward pawn structure for the moment. I could trade my bishop for that knight. Which might inconvenience the opponent somehow. I guess not. I was thinking I might have a move like this to chase the queen and get me tempo enough that I could attack this bishop or something, but A, that's just a trade, and B, even if it were good, they have this to take the knight, so I couldn't actually do it. What else might we try? That's nothing. We were talking about this pawn push a minute ago. Maybe just this is better, though, to stop the knight getting... Yeah, let's just sideline the knight. This is where he wants to go. I should push a pawn to stop this, but I guess I could push the f pawn, and... It weakens my bishop. Right, it puts the knight in an actual pin. I guess the knight can't go here yet. Oh, he could. There's a bishop there. How would they exploit the pin on this bishop? I don't think they really could. I could... Well, the bishop just like can't really go anywhere. Yeah, I can't back up because that drops the knight. Okay, I don't want to pin my bishop. I could do this to defend the knight and then back up. It's like a million moves. Let's just go with this. I also could have just traded the bishop and then not worry about the knight getting here, but... Oh. That's true. This pawn is suddenly pinned. So they're threatening bishop takes. This is a little bit awkward. I don't think I'm playing this game very well. This spot is a little bit exciting. Like, if I could get a bishop here and not have it be attacked by the rook, I'd be really happy. Could be forking the king and queen. No, there's a knight guarding as well. I could throw the bishop in there. It unguards the knight, but they have to take only one of my two pieces, and then I can retreat with the other. So I think that would be okay. Like, I could also just develop this knight, but I feel like there's stuff going on here. Tactics are brewing. Well, okay, this would be one way to remove the knight that I said was causing me problems here, right? But it also makes the tactic not work because the queen will have moved. Actually, yeah, they're not going to take this way. Knight here is a pretty big threat, actually. It's threatening this fork. What if I trade the bishops? Then they just move the queen. If I play the knight here first, the square is guarded too many times. They have 3 guards on it, so knight here just doesn't work. Knight here doesn't work. What if trades knight here? It's attacking the queen and threatening this fork. I think that's a cool idea. I guess I could take this, but I don't think they would. I think they'd rather grab my bishop. This knight looks sort of weak, maybe? Okay. So I'll go back with the bishop then. To here, I assume. He could be useful here, but no, I wanted to challenge this bishop. Oh, fuck, this is horrible. They have this. I have to go all the way back. Also, this like doesn't even work, even if the rook were gone, so you can just take with queen, and then yes, I can win their queen, but I have to lose my own queen in the process. This game's a disaster. Yeah. Okay, let's get the knight out. Oh god, blocking in the bishop, really? I could go here to defend the pawn a second time. But then they have this trade, trading minor pieces, and then picking up the pawn. So the other alternative would be rook here, which seems alright. Or knight here to defend. I guess rook here is alright, and then I can maybe find some way to do without putting like the knight here is okay though, right? He's in, but I'd love to get him like this, yeah? Well, let's dedicate the rook instead. Knight's headed here, I guess. This square is obviously sort of problematic. I'm just like, I don't know if I can afford this. They could do, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't really work that well. I'm gonna go for this. Try to blunt this attack by stepping in the way of it. I don't know. I guess like knight here. Oh yeah, knight there. Well, but then my knight is guarding this pawn. But now push and he's not anymore. Ugh. But then I can step here and prevent the knight from getting to this post. So maybe that's okay? I don't know. There's rook moves. I think this pawn is falling. There's just too much. My pieces are too tangled up and not coordinated at all. Not even developed. Forget coordinated. That poor bishop. Attacking the queen, okay. And threatening this. Pawn's pinned. Great. Well, I think this defends, barely. This would be another choice, I guess. Threatening to trade the queens. But then something like this is probably pretty scary. I think I have to come up here. That doesn't work. They would just trade and then ruin my life. Well, my king is guarding, no? Queen here, suppose queen here. Bring in the bishop. If they try this trade, I feel like the queen and king. I don't know. I'm going to try this. I assume they move the queen. They don't want to trade. I'm the one under attack. And then I can maybe... No, this pawn is pinned. So I guess this would be the idea. Maybe I get some pieces off that way. Right, the bishop's out of escape squares. And so he has to actually trade himself for something. Oh, I don't even have to necessarily take with the pawn. I could take with the queen if I wanted. But I like... Yeah, I like being able to push this pawn, actually. To defend this guy. Okay, so they're not giving me that option. They're going over here. Fine. Oh, boo. But what about this? Attacks the queen, discovers an attack on the bishop. Queen has to move in such a way that she defends the bishop, I guess, in that case. There is one such move. Two, I guess. How would I feel about those moves happening? I think this would be bad because I have, like, another discovery, sort of. They would trade queens, but they don't really want to do that. There is something. I feel like I'm so far behind, I kind of have to go for this, even though I don't think really works. This is another thing you could try. But then they just run away with the bishop, and you don't accomplish anything. It might actually be worth it to draw the queen away, to just trade the rook in for a crummy little bishop. And then something like this is a serious threat all of a sudden. This pawn being pinned. They could prevent it by this being their move, but then I have this? Okay. So I have this. Is it doing anything? It attacks the queen, but they can just not budge. They can, like, move the rook here. If I try to take the queen, then the bishop defends it. I guess I could get back out. So the alternative would be take here, this. Right? But I think they can just bring the queen back. What about this? Chase away the knight for some reason. Why? Could threaten to chase away the queen as well. And then take the bishop. That should be exciting. Oh, it doesn't chase away the queen. The queen would just capture the pawn. But okay, maybe it's worth it to bring a pawn to bear on the king? Somehow? I have to defend the pawn, which is kind of hard. But I guess maybe rook f1? I still think I'm badly behind, but I have sort of an attack. So just double checking. There's not any cool trick here, right? Takes, takes. There's like this, attacking the queen, but the queen is free to just take the bishop, for example. Yeah, so I think we want to attack the king with this pawn. Threatening to push again. Ooh. Oh, but I don't get the bishop anymore. Yeah. And okay, the king is out of the pin as well. But this still seems useful somehow. I'm not sure about the details, but something good should come of it. Oh, isn't the queen trapped? Yeah, these two coordinated pieces like this. Oh no, this is only defended once. The bishop's on it. Ugh. I had to chase away the bishop first. I think I'm dead, like super dead. Yeah. There's no attack at all. My pawns are ruined. My pieces are in shambles. I need to do something like this maybe to not die. And it sucks. They just trade queens then. I guess I could push a pawn. There's just nothing here. Let's leave. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think there was ever anything there. It'll be interesting to see if Stockfish agrees. Even quite recently, it was a draw, huh? Opponent blundered something and I didn't take it. I'm a little surprised to see I was ever ahead. So interesting. This was something. I was... Wait, stop. Hello? Buttons don't do anything? Oh, I'm in the search bar. I typed a letter accidentally. So I played queen here. I thought here was defended a million times. Why does it work? I don't see anything. I mean, I guess the exposed king is maybe the problem. If they let me move my D pawn, my E pawn to the F file, I have some cool ideas maybe. Is that what's going on? Suppose they do what I thought would happen in the game. Capture here. Takes. Not totally sure why it thinks taking with queen is better than bishop, but fine. They both seem reasonable to me. You get to attack the queen. You clear out this file, and it's saying, you better castle. There's some bad stuff happening. No, it says actually you can take the bishop. But we get this. Huh. Oh, man. That pawn is pinned, and you just go for this, huh? I'm down material at the moment. But I guess I'm about to win a pawn to even it out. And my queen is more active, but my king looks pretty endangered. Oh, I get the rook. I didn't even notice that. Wow. So there's not like a specific, maybe that is a specific tactic, but it looks like black had several options along the way here. It's more just like the capturing here, although it is a pawn sack, if they capture. It's a really good pawn sack because it gives you this open file while the king's in danger. And it's in fact so good that it says don't capture. Just take. And I don't know, isn't this great though for them? I guess I'm not in any danger and I don't mind losing a pawn. I don't know why. Just develop. They block off the file and apparently everything is still fine? We're threatening this. Now we're threatening the rook again. Huh, I don't know. Anyway, that's obviously way more detail than I would figure out during the game. I'm just trying to understand why that move works at all. So a game full of mistakes. What was the, So here, I tried this, and queen here is good, huh? Did I even consider that? I don't think I did. I considered here. But I guess this also, it attacks the queen, so if they try this, you pick up the knight. And if they do something else, you can like maybe trade queens, and then this doesn't hit because the pawn's no longer pinned. Why is this so great? I guess once again, it's letting you move this pawn over here, which seems good to a rook on this file. But okay, I didn't do that. Instead, oh, by the way, it prefers developing the knight. Instead, I played queen here, and it says they should take the queen. Oh, this pawn's pinned too. Yikes, I forgot about that. Okay. Well, this is just a slaughter. I don't know. Let's do a puzzle storm before we close things out for today. All right, I'm white. Let's grab a bishop. And this seems good. This check must be something, right? Yeah, we get the queen and a knight for 2 rooks. Check and win the bishop. Trade, no, go back here. Trying to like see if there's some follow up after trading queens, but no. Is this doesn't look very good. Ah, take the bishop. The rook can't. No, I thought the rook couldn't leave the back rank, and so it couldn't take my queen. Check and take the queen. Does this do anything? It's illegal, first of all. This discovers an attack on the rook. Oh, there's something going on down here. The knight's guarding this and the pawns take care of the rest? Yeah. How do you stop him from going here? Ah, the knight will come in to close that off. I see. Oh, that one's pinned. Okay, that's why we have to go this way. Check and takes the rook. I can take this rook. Yeah, that seems good. The knight was guarding the king's escape square. This threatens something, doesn't it? Maybe not. It's like discoveries against this rook, but I can't move the bishop very forcefully. There's this. If queen takes, we check and then win the queen. I guess that's probably okay. This rook is on me. Check. Yeah. The pawn is pinned by the queen. Okay, pretty poor performance. What was wrong with that first puzzle? I thought rook here. The obvious response by the opponent is to just grab my queen, but then I checkmate them. So that is not the answer for the opponent. What do they do if I play... Oh, they can just take with the pawn. But... I mean, obviously... I can't take... Oh, it's the other way around. This bishop... Well, it's not really the other way around. This bishop is defending the rook, which is fine. So, but this comes with check, and then you go in with the rook. And take the queen with checkmate. Okay. Alright, one more. Here we go. Playing black. Take the rook. Amazing. This seems good. What? Oh, win the rook. I was looking for an attack on the king, and I couldn't find it because it isn't there. This bishop's hanging? Nope. Check. And mate. This would be a check. This looks better. Yeah. Nope. Okay, give me an easy one, thank you. Check and win the rook, I guess? Checkmate? There's a check here. It doesn't do anything. This knight move attacks their queen, but drops mine as well, so doesn't seem that promising. This knight is protected by the rook and the pawn. Oh, this wins the bishop, I see. Take with knight or queen? Knight, of course. Ah, the pawn is guarding the king's exit square. Check. Rook. Promote with checkmate. Here. That would be bad. That's losing. Just take the bishop, I guess. Thought there might be some follow-up against the king. Checkmate. Take the rook. And then one of these pawns apparently is way better than the other. Probably this one. Nope. This seems good. Oh, and then... Nope. Ugh! Pick up the knight. And ensure that that pawn promotes. Even worse. Embarrassing. Failed 4 puzzles. I can't believe it. So in this one, what did I do? And why wasn't it this? This is just like easy checkmate? Don't know. Here I had this idea and this idea. There's also this, I suppose. Ah, no, knight here is a fork. I didn't see that square as existing. So we take here. And apparently this is much better. I don't totally see why. This is the passer, so it looks like a bigger threat. I guess it gets me into the backs of all these pawns. And apparently this guy's not a big deal. I don't like this puzzle. Why is this so bad? I assume there's some good reason, but it's just like, no, it's a draw. I don't know why. Or why this isn't a draw. I guess the pawn still can't push because my queen is watching. I see. And this pawn is important. It's not a passer, but it's stopping my own pawn from becoming a passer. So that's why they're both reasonable. Okay. I don't dislike this puzzle anymore. And I saw this. And I thought, here? No. I thought here, forking, but there's this rook. So I think this forces king there, and then... Then I guess we grab the pawn and check again. Okay. Doesn't seem like a humongous win, but... I guess we did win 2 pawns and a much more active queen. Fine. Alright, I think that's enough for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.